Good morning, student. Today we are going to study about the different types of organization. In the previous lecture, we have studied about the informal and formal organization. Along with that, we have studied about the organization structure, its meaning, its characteristics, and then we have studied about the process of organization. In today's class, we are going to study about the different types of organization other than formal and informal. Though other types of organization are the part of formal organization, but let's see each of them one by one. So here we are starting with the types of organization first, that is linear organization. What is linear organization? Most simple and ancient type of organization. It is most simple. Simple means easy, which can be easily understood by those people also who are not much literate, who does not have much knowledge about the management. This type of organization can be learned by those persons also, or they can understand that type of organization. That's why it is simple and ancient. Why it is ancient? It is one of the oldest type of organization. Since many days, remember these lines, since many days used by an army. Our Indian army use linear type of organization since many years. That's why it is one of the ancient organization of our country. It is also known as army organization. Why it is known as army organization? Because it is used by the army. If any organization is used by the army, it called an army organization. Then in linear organization, you have to remember this, power is at the top level. In the previous chapters, we have learned about the different types of levels, that is top level, middle level, bottom level. Top level has the highest power, and in linear organization, top level has the highest power. In army organization, top level is considered to be the most important level, and that's why the top level has the highest power, and then the rank goes down and the power also diluted. Then third point is distribution of power and responsibility done in the straight line. Here, power and responsibility, remember these two words, powers and responsibilities. Powers means one who can take their own decisions, and responsibility means responsibility of doing certain work which is assigned to the person. Here, distribution of power and responsibility done in the straight line. Straight line means one by one. Once higher the power, higher the responsibilities. Then as you goes down, the powers and responsibilities goes down. So more upper level, more power, then you goes down, less power, then less, and so power is distributed in a straight line. Top to the bottom means top level has more power and bottom level has less power. So it is considered as a linear organization. So linear organization is simple, and it is one of the ancient organization. It is used by an army. That's why it is called an army organization. More power is at top level, and power is distributed in the straight line from top to bottom. Now next point is each employee is answerable to the superior authority. Each employee means every employee who is working in the organization, they are answerable to their immediate superior. Suppose in the school, teacher is answerable to the supervisor, and supervisor is answerable to the principals, and principal is answerable to the management. So here answerable means when the work is given to you, you are answerable for the work which is assigned to you. You have to complete that work within a prescribed time or as per the instructions given by you from your immediate superiors. Now, next point, division of work. is done as per the department, so it is also called a department organization. Here work is distributed as per the department. Every department has to work according to their department or according to the instructions given by the superiors. So division of work is as per the department. A division of work means, remember this students, we have studied about this in the second chapter, Principles of Management. What is division of work? When work is distributed, remember this, my words, when work is distributed as per the specializations, knowledge or skills, it is considered as the division of labor. When work is distributed, who is expert in any field? When work is given to those experts, it is called division of labor. So here, division of work is done as per the department, as per the specialization. So it is called a departmental organizations. Here, entire business is classified into different departments. Which are the different departments? Maybe it is sales department, purchase department, advertisement department, production department. Whole work is distributed or classified into different departments. So students, linear organization, which is very simple and used by the army. So it is also called an army organization. And here work is distributed as per the department. So it is also called a department organization. So there were three names related to it. In exam, they can ask you any name. Suppose they ask, explain departmental organization, then you have to explain linear organization in that. Because linear organization is called as army organization, it is also called as departmental organizations. Once in exam, they have also asked, explain the most ancient organization of our country. In that also you have to explain linear organization, because linear organization is also considered as the most ancient organization of our country. Now see how the flow chart of the linear organization goes. First of all, who comes the first? Board of Directors. They are at the top level. They are called BODs, Board of Directors. Under Board of Directors comes the General Managers. General Managers comes under the Board of. Here, Production Managers, or you can say Production Department, then the Sales Department, and then comes the Administration Department. In the Production Department, Purchase Officers, Production Officers. In Sales Department, Sales Officers, Advertisement Officers. In Administrative Department, Administrative Officers and Account Officers comes. Production Department, here Purchase Officers and Production Officers. What they do in the Production Department? First let us understand what is Production Department. Production Department is a department where things are produced as per the sales requirement. Once the orders received by the sales executives, they ask the production department to produce the goods according to that. So production means when raw material is converted into finished goods. The place where these things are done is considered as the factory, and the whole process is considered as the production. In production department there is purchase officer, and purchase officer have clerk. Purchase officers gives the orders to the clerk to buy things which are required for the production process. Means generally they buy raw material for producing different things. So purchase officers orders clerk to buy things as per the requirement of the company. Then production officers. In production officers we have superiors, foremen and workers. Who are called foremen? Foremen are those persons who are one of the worker, but they are above the workers. Means, for example, in a class there are 50 students. Out of them, 2 are monitors. Then those 2 monitors are considered as the foremen. Though they are students, but they are also considered as the monitor of the class. Similarly, in worker group, there is one leader worker who is considered as the foreman. and they are under the superiors. So here production officers have superiors, foremen and workers. Here purchase officer, see this, purchase officer order clerk to buy raw materials, and after buying raw materials he gives it to the production officers, and production officers are superior, foremen and workers to do the production process. So here it is comes the production department which work under the general managers, and general manager work under the board of directors. Then comes the sales department. Sales department comes after the administrative department. What is administrative department? Administrative department officers and account officers. Administrative department officers give salaries and other incentives to the clerk who are working under them, or they give things required for the production process. And account officers keeps the account of all the things which is produced and all the requirement as per the account officers. Account officers manage all the accounts related to the production, related to the sales and related to the anything which is under the administrative departments. Then comes the sales department. Sales department have sales officers and advertisement officers. Sales officers they have salesmen, and advertisement officers have employees. Salesmen and employees work under the sales department. What the sales officer do? He asks the salesman to go into the market and find out the buyers for the production which they have done. And advertisement officers employees, what they do? They advertise about the product through different media. Maybe electronic or print media. Electronic mein you can say TVs, and in print media you can say newspapers. Advertisement officers do the advertisements in print or electronic media, and then they send their salesman for the orders. Then salesman goes and brings the order, and they ask the production department for doing the production process. Then comes the second one is matrix organization. It is a modern kind of organization. It is one of the modern kind of organization. It has two different types. Remember this: simple structure for decision making, technical structure for technical problems. Okay. So here matrix organization has two types: simple structure and technical structure. Simple structure for decision making and technical structure for technical problems. In matrix we can find a combination of both function based and project based. When work is done as per the functions, different functions, different work. When work is done as per the project, different peoples, different employees. Project managers are appointed as per the project, and they are also appointed as per the functions. Every worker is appointed work as per the different project and as per the different programs. Responsibility of the project manager is to complete the project. Project manager is appointed. He gives the work to the employees, and he is responsible for completing the project work as per the requirements. Experts are appointed. Example: computer expert, research development experts, and technical experts. Different experts are appointed for different work in the matrix organization. Student, this matrix organization is very important and for your exam point of view. So please remember this, the steps in the matrix organization. Now, how the flow chart or table of matrix organization goes. Here comes the general managers who are at the top level. Under them there is production, purchase, engineers and research development. They are given the different projects. Project one manager is different. For every project they have different manager. First project, different manager. Second project, different manager. Third project, different manager. They may repeat the managers, but manager for every project is different. So students, in matrix organization, you have to remember two things that is most important. Matrix organization is divided into two things: simple structure and technical structures. In the simple structure, work is done in a simple way, while technical structures that solve the related techniques. If work is related with the techniques, then we have a technical structures. So students, today we have studied about the linear organization and the matrix organization. Both type of organization are important for the point of view of business. Matrix organization is generally followed by IT industries, and linear organization is generally followed by the army and different kinds of organization which is not related with the IT. Simple form of organization may be formed by the construction company or maybe by the architects. So we have studied about the formal and informal. In formal organization, we have studied about the linear organization and matrix organization. In the next lecture, we will study about the delegation of authority and elements of delegation of authority. Along with that, we will study about the decentralization of the organizations. Till then, thank you.